If only I knew where to start. If only I knew where to start. That's what we're going to be exploring today. Hi, it's Martin, coach, speaker, author. And in this trilogy of videos, we've been exploring choice. In the first video, we came to the incredible realization that we always have a choice. Sometimes we feel like we don't have a choice, but what we realize is it's the stories and our fears that are getting in the way of actually making a different choice. Sometimes it's not easy choice, but a choice nonetheless. And that choice to have a better life, a healthier life, more purposeful life, whatever it might be, that just might be worth going for once we have that realization that we have a choice. And in the next video, being inspired that we do have an abundance of choice, it was then a case of, well, do I have the courage to make that choice? And we realized that actually maybe it's not all about courage. Because actually it's the purpose that sits behind the choice we want to make that is the most powerful thing in our toolkit. The biggest, most emotional purpose that we can have. The big because. I want to make this choice. I want to make this change. I want to do this thing that's different because this is the impact it's going to have on me and maybe those around me. This is how it's going to make me feel. This is the improvement it's going to have in my life. Will it happen straight away? Probably not. But this one choice, this one decision is going to open the path to a better life. And this is what I'm aiming for. And the more powerful that purpose is, the less we have to rely on courage and confidence to make the choice. So with that inspiration and that motivation now, it's kind of natural to then say, wow, if only I knew where to start. I'm ready. I've got it, Martin. I'm inspired by the choice I've got. I've got some ideas. I've got a great purpose that can sit behind a choice that I want to make. What do I do next? Well, you know what? I've got some good news. It is not about a convoluted, complicated 12 steps to success. I'm going to keep this very simple because there are two camps right now. There's going to be the camp that you're ready. You're inspired by the choice and you know exactly the choice that you want to make. In fact, you've moved from I want to make it to I need to make this choice. And you have a rock solid purpose behind it. You can see what you're aiming for. And that looks and feels amazing. You're ready. And if you're there waiting for, what's my next step, Martin? I give you permission to go forth and make that choice. Whatever it is, go and do it. Don't hold back. Go for it. If you're ready, you're ready. You don't need any other validation. You're ready to do it. Go and have that conversation. Go and meet that person. Go and do whatever it is. Go for that run. Get that program that you need. Do that new course that you want to do. Whatever it might be. Go get that new wardrobe. Whatever it is, go and do it. And relish in that. And heck, come back and tell us how it's gone. Tell us how you felt, how empowered you felt by making that choice and what it feels like to be on the other side of that. And how excited you are for the journey ahead. Now, there's also another camp. And maybe you've got that. I've got a choice. Maybe you've got a range of choices that you're not quite sure about. But there's a choice there. And you're inspired to make a difference, a choice, a decision about doing something different. And you can see that you do have a purpose behind it. And you've got a big because. But it's just something that's kind of holding you back a little bit. You're not quite sure. It's kind of natural to then think, well, so what have I got to do next? And you know what? It's perfectly okay. We've already covered the fact that the fear of the unknown, being anxious of the unknown, stepping out of our comfort zone, it's a perfectly natural thing to feel. It's the thing that's kept us human beings alive and safe for 66 million years. It's that inbuilt mechanism. Sometimes in order to grow, in order to develop, to have a brighter future, then sometimes we've got to step out of our comfort zone. So it's perfectly okay to feel like this right now. That next step really is then about thinking about, well, what is it that's making us a little bit anxious? What is it that's holding us back? And it could be a simple thing, like maybe the choice that you need to make. You need to have a conversation with somebody and you're concerned or worried or not sure how they're going to react. And again, that's perfectly natural, because however they're going to react, you're going to need to react in that situation too. So one of the great things you can do is to think about this. Is that the thing that's causing you a little bit worry? Is that the thing that's holding you back a little bit? In which case, let's write that stuff down. How could they respond? You've got your aligned purpose, your motivation, you're inspired, you know what the outcome is, you know what the benefit can be. Have you seen it from their point of view? Maybe have a little look and make sure that from their point of view, it's a win-win as well. Maybe have a little look and say, well, they could respond like this. And then, this is how I would respond to that. Map it out. Now, you can't come up with every single scenario, but the more you look at this, the more situations, scenarios, kind of examples you work through, the more confident you're going to be about having that conversation. Let's take an example of, you want to ask you've had an enlightenment moment that, you know what, you can work from home. And it's not just about you can, it's having a massive impact to your lifestyle, the family time you have, your health, your mental health, your physical health, how exhausted you don't feel now. You've had this epiphany that you could work from home and you want to ask for flexible working going forward. Maybe not every day, but maybe every other day or 3 times a week or 2 times a week, whatever it might be. But you need to speak to your manager about that. It's a big conversation. I've had that conversation. And you've looked at the different angles. Now, it may well be that they say, well, we're in a global crisis right now. We're in lockdown. We don't know what the future holds. We're not quite sure how the business is going to react and reopen steadily. In fact, we've got all our employees right now are out at home, working from home. We're not sure how we're going to manage this right now. And it's going to take us time to figure this stuff out. And you're not going to be the only one that is thinking this. And they'll know that. Maybe they're going to come back with something like that, which in this current times, actually that's pretty reasonable. So then you can figure out, well, how could you respond to that? Maybe take it one step further and think to yourself, well, is now the right time to have that conversation? Do you have the conversation to at least just put it on the radar, acknowledging that these are changing times and it is difficult, but you just wanted to air that view right now? Maybe what you can do at home is to create that environment, create that routine and those habits and all that evidence about how this really does work for you, so that by the time it gets to the point where things are kind of returning to however they're going to return to in the future, you've got enough evidence now, not just that passion. You've been living and breathing this. You know exactly what the benefit is to both the business and to you and your family, and you can use all of that in a conversation at a later date. That's even more powerful. And indeed, you know what? If the worst was to happen, your employer says no. You know what? There are many, many employers out there that will do exactly what you'd be asking for. So part of this next phase, this next step is to kind of look at those things. And it may not be that just that person you need to speak to. Maybe you're worried about what other people are going to think. And you can go through exactly the same process. And in fact, I would say, who cares what they think? This is your life, your story. You're the hero of your story, taking control of your story, because you are going to feel better because of this choice. Does it really matter what they think? Do you really need their permission to do this? If you've surrounded yourself with the right people, loving, caring people that genuinely love and care for you, your well-being and your current and your future, then they're going to get behind you. They might ask questions, they might challenge, they might say things, whatever it might be, but they will rally behind you, and that wave will drive you forward. That's an incredible experience. So, and again, it might be more practical things. It might be financial things. There might be other people you need to get involved because this choice is going to affect them as well. Or you need something from these other people. Maybe that's the thing you haven't quite clarified yet. So you need to bring those people in, get that information so that then you can make that more informed, confident, courageous choice. So this next step is really about working through what is it that's making you hesitant. And once you've done that, once you've done enough of that, you'll feel, for everything that you go through, you will feel that confidence rising. You'll get to that more confident state, and eventually you will go, you know what, I've got enough. Nothing's going to stop me now. And just like the other camp, you don't need it, but I give you full permission. Go make that choice. Go take that action. Make that decision. Go and change your life for the better. And remember, this is one choice, and it leads to other things. It leads to opening the path to that vision you have of the future. So remember the goal. Go and make that choice. It's an incredibly empowering moment. And as we've said before, these things don't need to be huge. You can take little steps, little choices, little decisions that actually make a huge difference. And in fact, it's an accumulation of many smaller decisions and choices that actually make a difference that is much larger than the sum of those parts. Now, are there other things that you can do going forward that is going to make right now or the future easier, smoother? Learn from other people's mistakes? Of course there is. But right now, I want you to own this. I want you to be inspired about a reason for doing something because it's for you. I want you to get clear on your vision. I want you to be so motivated. There is nothing in the world that's going to get in your way. Are you going to have all the answers? No, but it doesn't matter. I need you to believe that you can have a better life. You can make a choice right now, whatever that might be, that is going to leapfrog you forward in ways that you didn't think was possible. That is going to open other doors that you don't even know about right now. That's the exciting journey I want you to go on, but I want you to own it right now. There is so much you can do right now in terms of the 3 videos we've done to really, really get yourself energized and even get to the point of making that first choice that then leads to an incredible hero's journey. So, I really do hope you found these 3 videos inspiring, motivating, educational, but mostly enlightening in terms of you always have a choice. The choice is yours, and if you have the courage and the purpose to take that choice, you can change your life for the better. And how do I know that? Because I've done it. I help a lot of other people all around the world do the exact same thing. So, good luck. Be passionate about where you want your life to go, the direction you're heading. I wish you all the luck. And if you do need any help, or you need to bounce your choices, your decisions, that path, you want to talk about that, you know where I am. So until next time, good luck. Thanks very much for watching.